BagFuel, baby.
Ooh, we set the trends. We set the trends.
Yeah, we do.
Capo, man.
Hope y'all don't get me into no more trouble, man. It seemed like
You been on
I was
fire.
about to stop doing interviews and shit like that because I'll be like, yo, I don't really do interviews too much. So I was like, you know, they be like, yo, you need to do it. You got music coming out and all that type of shit. So I'll be like, all right, but you know, I'm like very truthful in what I believe in. Like, so nigga want me to say, I don't know what to tell y'all.
We don't
like,
do the
you dig? Like,
controversy,
this shit
so
is
don't worry
crazy.
about
Like,
it.
you dig? Like, seems like my voice gets heard over everything else nowadays. Like, how? I don't get paid enough for that at all.
But we don't do the controversy, so you ain't gotta worry about that. We just talking about straight business real quick. So tell me how you maintained your longevity.
Hold on, get my glasses, my nigga.
Ooh, super. This is live in full effect right here. Jim Jones Capo. The longevity of Jim Jones, man. Niggas wanted you out this game, man. They didn't believe in you.
Yeah, they been wanting me out, heard?
You know what I'm saying? What does it take
Like the
to
Godfather
maintain?
movie, you heard?
Ooh.
All right, let's get it.
All right, we ready. Oh, clock been running. But yeah, like what, how do you maintain your longevity, Jones?
Me? Shit, I say my prayers at night. There's a lot of things that maintain longevity. You gotta be willing to bend. You gotta know when to fold them, know when to hold them. You gotta expect it to be a lot of downtime. You heard a lot of that shit ain't gonna go your way. You gotta have tough skin. You gotta be resilient. You gotta know how to reinvent yourself. You gotta do a lot of things.
But it seems like you're getting stronger as you get older, which is very
Oh,
rare.
I've built a solid foundation all these years. I've done a lot to get to this point. I've been in school this whole time. I've been in the gym this whole time. I've been putting my best foot forward every day I come outside. My hustle is relentless. Like, you dig? Like, I gotta get it. I refuse to stay down as much as people would love for me to stay down. I'm not with it yet. You heard?
When you say you've been in school, like literal school, like how Swiss Beats went to Harvard? Or?
No, I'm not. I don't have that luxury all the time. Swiss Beats live a luxurious life. Shouts to Swiss, you heard? He got time he can spend, you heard? I ain't got that type of time nor the luxury and things like that. But when I say I've been in school, I'm constantly learning. You heard? I'm constantly learning in life. I'm constantly learning in a rap game. I'm constantly learning when it comes to do music, business, everything. You heard? Relationships, like you heard? Like, life is about school. Life is about learning. If you can't learn, then how could you teach?
But you had to get better along the way because what you just showed us inside the studio, many people don't do. Going there, doing 2 separate songs, writing it on the spot, going in there, spitting it. Was you doing that the whole time?
Tell them that. Tell them that again, because niggas don't really. You dig? How many songs I did while you was here?
I just see you do 2 songs, right?
What time you got here?
Nothing down. I got here about 10 o'clock.
But I was running around in the midst of that. I did a couple meetings.
You ran around for a little while.
Couple meetings, like you did, like.
But to go in there, do it, spit it, and let it be right. Where the fuck did that come from? Was you doing that from the beginning, or did you graduate to that level of doing that?
Well, where I'm at right now, I kind of work myself here. Like, you know, it's music is like being in the gym. The more you shoot that jump shot, the better you're gonna get at that jump shot. You know what I mean? Well, being realistic with yourself that you are a dope player. You know what I mean? Or you are a dope artist that have room to get better. Some people find their ceiling and they can't get past that and shit like that. Me, myself, I'm one of the ones that's lucky enough to don't have no ceiling. I feel like I got nothing but time to keep getting better as I get older, or as I, you know what I mean? Like,
but how'd you circumvent your shit? Because you know my shit went viral when I talked about you circumventing from where you was from the beginning. You wasn't necessarily rapping from the beginning, and please correct me if I'm wrong. You was doing videos. Video director. You started rapping, right? And you was on your own. People didn't believe in you. I do believe. I saw you with the MBox and fucking Rockefeller.
Yes.
Recording your own rhymes.
I implement what these kids are doing now. They don't know that I'm the reason why they're able to record inside their house on these computer and mics and these home setups and things like that. Like,
interesting.
I invented that whole MBox rig wholeheartedly. Like, nobody was doing that at the time. I didn't have the knowledge nor the support to what I wanted to do with it. I wanted to call the studio in the book bag. I wanted to do a deal with Apple at that time. Yo, close that studio door for me. I wanted to do a deal with Apple at the time, but little old me didn't know who to go speak to at Apple and shit like that. And I know that I was the one to bring this forward to fruition inside of the hip hop culture because Cam's engineer Carlisle at the time, we were just when Pro Tools kind of was kicking, it first started kicking off a few years, and he was like, yo, since all the shit is on computer, why can't we just take this shit on the road? And Carlisle was like, well, technically you can. Rock and roll artists kind of do this thing with a thing called an MBox. If you go get an MBox and the computer and the mic, here, take a listen and go get all the stuff from Guitar Center. I went to get all the stuff from Guitar Center. He showed me how to engineer. I've been in there for so many months with Cam doing his album, ended up showing me how to engineer. Then that's how that whole thing, I started taking it on the road and shit like that. I started actually engineering Cam's albums again, an engineering check, through me learning how to do that shit. And then I was getting
fucking checks did you get before you started getting rap checks? You got video checks. You got fucking.
I got management.
You was
I got management checks. I got video checks. I got consultant checks from Def Jam, from Kevin Lyles. I ended up getting a diplomat check from Cam for the rap shit. I was making a lot of money in between the lines. I had to figure out how to get this bag. Like, we from Harlem, and niggas was looking good. I knew I wasn't rapping at the time, or I didn't have plans on rapping. That wasn't my focus because there was so much money around me. But started looking at all the money that Cam and them was getting. Yo, give me a little bit, please. Give me a little bit. Yo, funny man.
It's authentic right here on BagFuel.
You look like a black suit. You look like a black superhero right now. This nigga look like a black tall mighty man with a baggy sweatsuit. Fuck out of here with baggy tights. Where your cape at, nigga? Don't come over here. Do not come over here, nigga. Fuck out of here. Get out of here, yo, bro. Get out of here, bro. I'm doing an interview, bro.
No.
You see, you want me to start heating you up?
Yeah, I know you work at every bodega.
I see. You starting right? You starting right?
And he got a sale.
You starting right?
He's selling the old tank tops he used to wear.
You know who this nigga is? This nigga is the TSA nigga that's always upset when you pull up. Like, what's up, fam? Nah, you can't skip the line. Fuck out of here, nigga. Yo, get out of here. Bye, man. Bye, man.
BagFuel.
And y'all never seen a tie-dye denim.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man.
You getting checks everywhere. One of the biggest injustice you don't get enough credit for, in my opinion, is your fearlessness when it comes to being an organic A&R. The courage it took, what you did with Stack, Max, the courage it also took for you to jump on Summer in Miami with Trey Songz, Day and Night with Kid Cudi. I'm sitting here, I'm like, this is a New York nigga. He's swerving and merging. Where does that come from?
Just trying to stay relevant, stay in the mix of things. You know what I mean? Like, this is music. Like, you dig? Like, you gotta keep it moving. You gotta put in as much work as possible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but me, this is being a lover of music. Like, down south started popping. Dip said we had this thing with like fusing our music with down south because that shit was sounding so good. Like,
beats,
me myself being a lover of the West Coast, that's where you get the certified gangster. And I gave people that whole West Coast feeling. Like, I just love music, and I love to see people get on and shit like that. You know what I mean? And
I think people see us walking around with the sunglasses and dressing with the jewelry, and I think that they don't see the talent behind what. Zinky!
This nigga is crazy.
Can we also talk about y'all setting trends on how rappers had to dress? Come on, let's get you.
He set the trends.
Yeah. We set, let's not, come on, Jones.
Oh, man.
Come on. Niggas was dressing different before y'all came in with the jeans, the belt buckles. Y'all had to get in the gym to wear that white tee. He got his credit for the trends late, I feel.
I mean, you always get your credit for the trends late. People see what you do and they try to take it to, next level, whatever.
Like years late.
Now we we changed the face of how niggas dress for the whole hip hop culture. It was either Kanye, you had a little bit of backpackish, that his whole style, how he was doing, or you had the Jim Jones kid. And when I say change it, I'm not saying, I mean, from all the clothing brands to all the designers to every single bit of jeans, shirts, sweaters, everything at the time had the Jim Jones look or the Kanye look. Hip hop shapes fashion, you heard? And that's what that did. And from then on is jeans got slimmer, but it was all birthed from how we changed the game. Even right now, when you see these kids rocking chrome hearts, Chrissy brought me that when I first met her, 02, 03 and shit like that. Like, I was rocking that in my balling videos and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's Like it's just everything is
What was
repeating
you
itself.
thinking when you watching everybody do this shit, but they don't even know where it come from? It didn't make you feel no type of way watching this shit and being like, yo, these niggas is doing all of this shit and not even realizing where this shit coming from.
I always tell people, I'm not too fond of credit. I'm more like debit. You heard?
Straight swipe.
Yeah, give me some cash, man. I ain't really, you dig? So, but I do believe that people know the whole history and this culture of how fashion has changed, whether they want to give it to me or whether they don't and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't here for that. First of all, I wasn't worried about changing how the game looked. I just wanted to make sure that I look fly at all times. And my lady wants to make sure that I look even flyer than you niggas outside and shit like that. And it obviously worked. You heard? They said the game, you ain't popping until these niggas won't be like you, until these bitches won't fuck you. And that was the whole motherfucking manuscript I was trying to follow at the time and shit like that. I mean, it's still the same thing now, but that's what it was all about. And the difference between how we came up and what's going on now, everybody seems to want to fit in, and the object was to always stand out. It's easier to be noticed if you stand out as opposed to fitting in, and that's what a lot of these kids right now are doing. As you can see from the fashion, everybody's wearing the same thing. You go in the club, 4 or 5 rappers got on the same clothes and shit like that, and they hype about it and shit like that. Yeah, I got it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that. We always wanted to give a different twist on fashion, and that's why it worked. You heard?
But you one of the few people that actually embrace the young niggas and you embrace the street. You got a lot of records with young niggas in the street. You actually come out and you do the videos, you house niggas, you guide niggas.
I love my
Why
young
the hell
niggas,
you
man.
do that though?
I love my young niggas. I really from the projects, I really came up from the streets of New York City, if people do not know. You dig? I spent early days in the Bronx, later days in Harlem, where I learned how to hustle and everything else that the streets taught me and shit like that. So I know being young with your back against the wall, not having too many options and shit like that, I know it could be hard and shit like that. I got you. All right, bro. A motherfucking, yeah, so I was one of them young niggas, you heard? So as I look at all these young niggas coming up and shit like that, it's like the least I could do is try to give back, or, you know what I mean, come back and show them something. As long as they looking at me, they at least looking in the right direction, because I was once dumb and I figured out how to make something from nothing and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Did Nike or any sneaker company like ever approach y'all doing like a special Dipset sneaker, a gym version, a Cam version, a Freaky Zeke version, a Jewel's version, because of all the stylish trends y'all was doing?
Nah, I've never got the opportunity. I would love to have an opportunity with Nike to do a dope ass sneaker, some fresh Air Ones or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yo, where did the weatherman shit come from during Corona? Cause that was some difference. That was
Miami
some off the wall.
He said
shit.
Miami?
It was started in Miami when there was a hurricane down there and shit like that. Hurricane Irma or some shit like that. I did the weather report out there for the hurricane on the terrace, and that shit ended up going viral. And a lot of people started hitting me, Nori, everybody, like, yo, that shit could be something, So just making jokes of the weather and shit like that, I kept kind of hitting it here and there on my Instagram, and people was really going for it. Like, it was getting millions of hits, like, damn. And then,
Were you surprised by the cross marketing that came from that shit? Did you start getting some real paper from that shit, or was that just something to keep you fresh and out there, or just some bread?
oh, shit, well, at Revo, we like 6 or going on the 7th season. So I don't know if I'm the #1 show at Revo, but for my seasons that I was there, I was the only show that was getting advertising dollars. And I get a percentage of that advertising dollar. So I was, you heard?
You got the eyes, so you got the back end, because he got a good lawyer and he knows the business now. What did you hate about the business when you was coming up that you hated, that you learned from?
Shit. I was moving so fast, I really didn't, I had my mind set on other things. Like, you know, I did a lot of things I don't suggest nobody do for me to get to where I'm at. Some would say if I did things differently, I may have a different outcome, maybe. But life is already written and shit like that, and I'm here and I'm living good, and I love where I'm at and shit like that. But yeah, the road I took was kind of crazy and shit like that. I wasn't taking opportunities, no matter what the opportunity. As long as I know it's gonna get me in the game and keep me in the game, Took me a long
rolling with
time
the
to really get
punches.
out the streets. You heard, using rap money to do other things that maybe I shouldn't have done to make more money. So yeah, I was living my life through rap music at a time, and then it was a time that I woke up and like, gonna have to make a decision of what you really want to do, cause
Can't do both.
at all.
You gotta choose one or the other.
Yeah, and I had to learn that lesson very late.
A chick named L'Oreal Coppage told me that a long time ago when I first got in there. I thought I was gonna be able to sell a little bit of weed, do a little bit of management, because when you manage, it's a little bit different. Like when you ain't coming in with somebody like Cam or you got somebody like that, and you just being a manager. I started out from DJs to producers and all that. You know what I'm saying? She was like, you can't dibble dabble. This is a full-time job if you're really gonna make it, because it's a long haul. And I didn't really get that at first. And as soon as I chilled out and said, I ain't thinking about this little weed money, I ain't thinking about this shit. Let me focus on this shit. Everything started to ripple over for me. Started getting publishing deals done. Then you getting money that you never would have even thought that you was gonna see. I fucking woke up to $300,000 and like, well, what the fuck is this?
2 times. Because one thing about you, Jones, man, your transparency is like so like fearless. Like I remember when you was like, yo man, I ass betted my last 1,000.
1,500.
1,500. And I'm sitting there like, holy shit. This is Jim Jones, but like now people don't understand what it takes to maintain the top, the type of money that comes into it. Even how close a successful rapper is to going back to the streets to re-up to get back in. Like, what does it take to maintain the rapper lifestyle, the workflow, Jones? Because niggas think you good and you don't gotta do shit. They don't understand.
I just seen them do 2 records in 2 hours.
Yeah, fast.
But these niggas not really working. And I always tell you this, I be like, yo, niggas say that they rap. I say, niggas not working.
But let me ask you this.
Working, we'll see it. You
But
know what I'm
Jones,
saying?
when shit got low for you, was it because you weren't working or shit was going weird for you?
Well, shit for me in the game, you know, I had a lot going on. I did a lot of my time in this game. I rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I burned plenty of bridges. I didn't care. I planned on buying yachts anyway. You heard? So that was my mentality and things like that. And when you young and you dumb and you ignorant and you got a lot of power and shit like that and you're not thinking straight, that shit can come back and haunt you. Same thing you might do to people going up. They can't wait for you to come down because they're gonna give you your ass a kiss. And then you got people that got power also that heard they just
abuse it.
They
How
just
about
abuse
that?
it. They not for it. They don't like younger niggas coming up. They don't like the arrogance. It was just a lot. You heard? So it's shit, man. I had to take what I had to endure a lot. You heard? Like I made a lot. I lost a lot. Recession that hit. I lost a shitload of money during the recession. That was a whole nother.
Really? Everybody
shit
did.
fuck,
What was
like,
that, the 2010, 2011 shit?
Yeah, that shit that was right after balling. I had
I filed
a
bankruptcy.
lot of money.
And then the recession was able to wipe down that money like that?
I mean, I didn't want to get into that,
Wipe
but
me out.
that was one of the things that really caught me off guard and shit like that, like you dig, and then, you know. But I'm a hustler, man. Yeah, I have all
It's
intentions
not
of getting
about
back.
being nosy, it's more of like, you know, people see you make it. People see you with Cam. People see you make it on your own. People see you bringing other artists on, showing young dudes on. All they see is the success. So in their mind, they can't fathom why the money would shift that fast, and it's no different than somebody
You're an
else.
entrepreneur, money goes up
Exactly.
and down.
But let's
It's
get it
seasons
twisted.
to
A
this.
person in my position broke may be different from another nigga's broke. You heard? Let's not forget that. When I say that was my last 1,500, that might be my last 1,500.
That day.
Got you.
You heard?
I know what
did,
it is.
like-
but see,
But
they're
still,
not
you
gonna
think
spell it out.
you think about that. You dig? So if you hustling from day to day and that's how you living, then it's like, yo, shit gotta change and shit like that. Like, yo, you know what I mean? Like so. But
What was the change in you? When did that shit occur? When you was like, I'm not fucking with the street no more. I'm gonna just go hard with the music. When was that? What? We promised him we ain't getting him in trouble. That's a regular question.
He thinking. Jim been going viral for just sneezing.
We want to be very,
Very delicate.
yo, like-
We gonna be delicate.
like, you know what I mean? Let's just know that, let's say, like,
Don't worry
there
about it,
definitely
Joe.
came a point in my career where I was like, oh yeah, you bugging out. This shit gotta stop. Like, it was a few situations I got very close that maybe could have risked my freedom for doing stupid shit. And me just knowing that maybe might not get home to my family or my lady or to my son is kind of scary and shit like that. And me knowing I'm in a position in life to really better myself and don't have to do nothing stupid to do it. Just gotta bear down and be smart and plan and strategize. You heard what they say? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. That was all about. I mean, shit like that. But shit, yeah, I like being, shit.
Who helps you strategize? Because it can't be just you, because you building
I'm
something.
a
So you gotta
maniac,
have
man.
help.
Like,
What do you mean you're a maniac?
Like,
Hold on,
my
let me hear it.
brain works crazy. Like, I'm a maniac. I think about 10 different things at one time and shit like that I want to happen. They say I'm a jack of all trades. I mean, I'm a master of none, but I'm usually better than a master of one. You heard? So if you didn't know the full slogan to
Nigga's a
that,
rapper
you
for
heard?
real.
Yeah.
You dig? So I don't know if y'all knew the rest of that. I heard y'all say I'm the master of one. I say, but you're supposed to say I'm usually better than the master.
I know
of, you know
that.
what I mean?
That's original for me.
You dig? So, but yeah, that's what it's about, man. I've been blessed to be very witty at what I do. Coming in the game, I was good at marketing when it came to Diplomats. So a lot of the things that you're seeing from the Diplomats was a picture that was painted in my head of how I wanted the world to see us coming from Harlem and shit like that. And what Harlem represented, it represented the hustlers, and not just the hustlers, niggas that was very fly and very flashy while hustling and shit like that. And we wanted to make sure that we embodied that, and I wanted to make sure niggas felt that and shit like that. And no, we wasn't hustling, but we wanted niggas to feel how it felt to be from Harlem every time they see us. And it felt like it was a good summer night every time it was popping in Harlem and shit like that. It was really like that. Niggas always had brand new rides. There's always the flyest bitches outside. Niggas getting a lot of money. Niggas dressing to the T. Like, it was like that every day. And it's still like that right now. Our era has gone, and little niggas got it a little different because we older and shit like that. But
They still doing the fly.
still doing the super fly.
shit.
You ain't drippy. You is not litty. You heard it's a rap for you, a dub outside. Your shit ain't together and shit like that. But that's what Harlem represented, and this is the pictures that I wanted people to see and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Being that you're so good with the marketing, and we all could see that because you're doing it for yourself. Don't you think that if you got a job within a label that you could bring your whole Bird Gang crew through and use the label money and just launch your whole shit and build a dynasty off their dollar?
Yeah, I would love to have an opportunity to do a partnership with a label that understands.
Why don't you just get a
how
job?
LIA.
Why don't you just take the job and then bring your
You
whole
say,
label in?
you say it like it's that easy. Like,
No,
I
I'm
got,
not saying it like it's that. I told
I
you.
got applications like, yo, like Warner Brothers, you got Warner Brothers.
Thank you.
Yo, you got Atlantic.
Yo, you
got
can
Def
tell-
Jam.
yo,
Hold on.
people
Like,
get-
Kevin
yo,
Lyles,
yo,
300.
but-
You
yo,
talking like this shit like
our
we go to
niggas is acting
Arby's.
like
Like, nigga,
niggas
just
not-
go to Arby's and get
Niggas
applications,
is
nigga.
getting jobs that don't know what the fuck they doing. I
That
see
is
it
a
happen
fact.
every day.
That is a fact.
It's happening every
but
day,
music moves a
Jones.
little bit different, so people are trained to do what they're trained to do. You heard niggas is like robots. They don't really look for talent anymore. They look for what's pushing numbers and what they can monetize. And if these kids' numbers is up, these are the numbers that they think they're gonna end up making money for years on in. This is why they give them the bag and shit like that. This is what they're trained to do as A&Rs right now. They're not trained to find the next most talented artist. They hope they find the next most talented artist by the streams that they get from this artist and shit like that. But that's not what they look. They take a nigga doing anything right now, as long as his numbers is up. Like, what's his numbers? Oh,
That's the
bring
first
him
thing
in.
they ask.
You heard? Yeah, that's the first thing they ask. And then I got a bunch of artists who are very, very talented in
Streets,
every lane
Dice.
that the music is moving right now, from the drill to niggas rapping to niggas singing to whatever you want and shit like that. But you gotta get their numbers up. You heard? You gotta, niggas gotta, so that's what the music is about. That's what A&Rs are about right now. You don't see too many A&Rs making the next big star from them from being super talented. You know
But
what I mean?
most of the next big stars normally came from rappers anyway. Drake came from fucking Wayne.
No, that's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? Hov then birthed a whole bunch
But that's
of people.
that's different from A&R. You was just talking about A&Rs.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
you
saying,
talking
but
about
they never been A&R. That's why I'm saying if they know that you can do the job and it's proven, And
The
you
track
know
record
now
is
that you
there.
got your track record and you getting the credentials, and I'm not saying that it's simple, I'm saying I don't see why a person wouldn't do that. Because you're in touch with what the young niggas
No,
is doing and you still
most people just
relevant.
like to take my blueprint and use it for themselves and make themselves look better in their position or whatever labels they at and shit like that. Like, and what I do could be seen. Like, it's not nothing that I'm hotter than shit like
it's
that. You
not.
dig? I give the game. You heard they got this whole thing. The game was to be sold, not
Not
told.
told, yeah.
I tell everybody with the game. I want everybody to get some money and shit like that. You dig? So it never comes back. Niggas don't never reciprocate the same love or whatever you gave them and shit like that. It seldom happens like that. You heard? I never looked for a handout of somebody to come pick me off my feet. I've been knocked down too many times, and I've been waiting for so many niggas to come pick me up that never came. You heard? So what I had to do, I had to get up off my own too and get to it and shit like that. That's the only thing I know as a man. I'm a man first before anything and shit like that. And I got a family, so, you know, my family can't fail for nothing. I mean that. And that's what I learned in my time. That's what my mama taught me from coming up hustling and shit like that. Like, you know, I'm a little bit different than most people in this whole industry and shit like that. And everybody got their own story, but I got a cold story, man. One day maybe I'll tell it, one day maybe I'll sell it. But I do got a cold story and shit like
Gonna
that.
give
Like,
us the first 2 pages?
Shit.
Come on, man. I gave you.
He ain't got enough time to tell us
The first two pages would probably be little kid coming to get cornflakes and seeing my Uncle Ricky and my mom's in the kitchen cooking up crack to sell. And this is in the early 80s and shit like that. And this is called base at the time, and they wasn't bagging up in bottles at the time and shit like that. I do believe it was just a whole nother story, but that's how the story would start in the early 80s. If I was born in 76, I probably would be like an 81, 82 story, 83 story. Like, we can start there.
So why don't you direct your own movie? Because you directed, but you back in it now. I just
so
seen
many
you direct
phases. Like,
something.
it's not one movie that can fit my life
Gonna be a series?
because it's so complex. Like, it's just like you dig. Like, I've been an orphan to my family, and not saying an orphan in a bad way, meaning that as a kid I had to live with different people in my family, but I had a warm, religious, God-fearing family and shit like that. Not saying there was nothing wrong like that. Like, it was just so much that I went through as a child to become who I am today and shit like that. And there's different phases for me and shit like that, from the time I grew up in the Bronx and what I learned in the Bronx and the motherfucking lessons that my mom taught me in the Bronx in the mid of the crack era. I'm talking about the 80s, you heard? And me coming to a boy in the 80s and shit like that. You dig? Like, this was a whole another zone in the Bronx and shit like that. But like, my mom taught me how to take the train from the Bronx to Manhattan to go to school at 9 years old. So you got a kid at 9 years old traveling from Jerome Avenue down to 10th Street on Lexington Avenue, which at that time was the worst heroin block slated in the world. Like, you used to see it on
Yeah, that
motherfucking
shit been
20,
fucked up since
you heard?
forever, from 125 on down.
100%, but the 110th between Lexington and 3rd was
Was
the
the
train
worst.
station, and the fucking library was on that block. So as a kid, you had to go to the library, and then you had to deal with hundreds of dope fiends at the same time, shit like that. Like, and that was Harlem in the 80s and shit like that. So, you know, I've seen a lot. I got a lot of uncles that was hustling and shit like that, being front the stoop while you got a line of fiends like it was a club opening and shit like that, going inside of one brownstone and shit like that, when they used to have the hole in the wall and shit like that. And niggas really coming up with real bricks and bags of crack at the time and shit like that, like, and going in the hole in the wall. Like, it's just, and you remember, I'm a little kid, so none of this feels real to me at the time. You heard? I'm not knowing there's a real consequence for this. Like, it's not, I'm not knowing that it's feel like it's like really real when you at 8, 7, 9, 6, like, you seeing all this, you soaking it up, and this shit becomes regular to you, to the point that you feel it's not really no consequence. So by the time you get to a teenager, this is just regular shit that you're doing. You're not even worrying about police or what might come to you and shit like that. You just into what you came up around and shit like that, you know what I mean? And not saying that was the only thing that came around, because on the flip side of that, my grandmother was a heavy church lady, so there was nothing but prayers and prayer meeting and going to all night prayer meeting and Bible study and church on Sunday and eating after church and then going back into evening prayer service, and it's like, you dig, and then my church is on 5th Avenue, and then my project building was on 112th, and the church on 120th. We had to walk from 112th to 120th, and that was on 5th Avenue. All the Crips used to be on 119th on 5th Avenue. So at a young age, before anybody was banging and shit like that in Harlem, these Crip niggas was on 119th and shit like that on 5th Avenue that you had to walk by, and these niggas were scary and shit like that. And you get a whole taste of that, like everywhere I turned coming up and shit like that. It was real lessons that I had to learn, and you had to be tough in order to survive in the streets of New York. Like Harlem wasn't a friendly place and shit like that. I mixed with some of the most notorious niggas that came out of Harlem and shit like that. Like there's a lot of hustlers.
We
A
know.
lot of ill individuals also that come out of Harlem that, you know what I mean? Like a lot of them are not here anymore. A lot of them are locked up. So, you know,
It seemed what your moms and your uncles went through. Did that birth the entrepreneurial spirit?
I was just about to say
or was
where
that
your
already
business
in
came
you
from.
and they just opened it up to you?
I think probably I was born with it because I'm my mama's child, but watching them hustling in the 80s and shit like that definitely put a lot of hustle in me and shit like that because of the cash transfer that I always saw. You sold this, they got that, you heard? Shit, if you sell a little bit of this, you get a lot of that. You sell more of this, you get a lot of that. It was a cash transfer at
That's a
so
fact.
young that it wasn't, this is what I'm trying to say, you were so crazy at the age, like you're not really, you just seen cash transfer, like, oh, you can sell this?
What did you
They give
take
cash
from
for
that and implement into your rap shit? What from that is directly like, from that, that's why I do my shit like this.
Well, all the pain and the hard times I went through, but I don't know if they was hard times because they were just life, and it all turned into fun times, and we were just living at that time. All my life is in my music if you listen closely and shit like that. I've never hidden everything and shit like that, no matter what it was and shit like that. And some things I look back, maybe I should have mentioned, maybe, you know what I mean? But sometimes my mom's mad at me for mentioning certain shit, but our past, we can't hide and shit like that. And we got a past that might help somebody else in the future and shit like that because we've been through some shit and shit like
It don't
that.
seem
You know
like
what I
your
mean?
mom's ever get mad at you.
Yeah.
Seem like you're
Shit. Shit. I'm a baby from the 80s. I was bad as shit. I got beatings all the
I'm talking
time.
about now.
So
I'm just saying, it seems like you're talking about a great
right now, I
relationship.
still get beatings right now. Right now, you heard? Right now. You heard? Like right now, she might pick up a broomstick and shit. I'm out of here. Like you bugging.
See you
I'm
tomorrow.
out. Like my mom's is a good lady and
All
shit like
day.
that. Shit, we've been through everything together and shit like that, through hell and back, and I love her for the lady who she becoming through all her trials and tribulations and shit like that. She always loved the kids, and we always loved her and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like there was times I would chase my moms down into different broken homes. I don't see. I mean, like where they were congregating to do things you couldn't imagine and shit like that. And remember, this is in the middle of the crack era and shit like that and shit like that. And I would be in these places comfortably. I've told these stories before and shit like that, just so that I know that I'm in the close to my moms and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like she was always my superwoman and my queen. And I seen her fight niggas. I seen her do all type of shit to make sure that we were safe and to make sure that we had food on our table and shit like that. Like, she's a real lady. She really did everything she could for her kids and shit like that. And remember, she had us at a very young age, and I had a very supportive family and shit like that. And these are one of the reasons why I moved around so much as a kid to my family, because she was a teenager when she had me, and she was 16, 17 and shit like that.
So y'all grew up together.
100%.
Yeah.
100%, like 100%. And as I got older, I got more protective of her, and I started to treat her more of my mother than she was my family, like my sister coming up. You know what I mean?
Because she's so young and you're catching success young. What's that feeling like? Because sometimes a kid gets his success and his parents might not live long enough to see that kid accomplish it. You feel what I'm saying? And your mom's just so young and you catching it young. You know what I
shit
mean?
had to be dope as
And now
fuck.
you're able to drop legitimate money. What's that feeling like, Jones?
Oh, ain't no greatest feeling than that. When I was younger, I was told my mom to buy a car and a house and shit like that. And when I was able to do that, that was one of the best feelings in my life and shit like that. That she still lives in the same house that I brought her when I first got some money and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this feels good, man. You know, as a kid coming up in the hood, you don't know what the outcome is going to be and shit like that. And you get a break. Man, you get opportunity, you better go for it. You better grab onto that shit with both hands, because opportunity don't come twice for a lot of people. I can't say that. I'm probably one of the few that was able to have opportunity passed by me
Me
a couple
too.
times. You know what I mean?
Yo,
Shit like that.
Me too, Joe. I'm not gonna care. I only got one more question. How the fuck did you survive Koch?
Koch?
It seems like you the only one to understand how to take that money and make that money something. You circumvented the Koch deal. You took that money and made your shit bigger. How the fuck did you do that? Cause it seems like the rest of the niggas is just getting a check and then they whittle away. They don't do shit.
Well, shit, when we went to Koch, nobody else was thinking about Koch at the time. And at the time, Rockefeller didn't want to give me a deal. Dame didn't want to give me a deal, not for no $1 million.
Really? You think with the Harlem connection, y'all growing up and
With Dame. He know Dame was giving him a deal. He was right with
Dame
him.
told me he didn't want to give me no deal. Like, I ain't giving you no $1
He was
million.
right with Dame.
Ain't giving you no $1 million. You bugging out. I was like, cool. I'm well worth the $1 million. But all I do, you see me do for Dipset and all the marketing, the videos. Like I'm like, nobody else can do what I do. I haven't seen nobody else doing what I'm doing as an artist in this game at that time. Remember, this is 20 years ago. I'm directing my own videos. I'm recording my own music. Literally recording my own music, engineering that shit. You're marketing this shit. Like it was just a manager. Like it was just so much that I had to bring to the table. They ain't believed in me. So remember, we just got that fame, but right before that fame, me and Cam was like still one foot in, one out, was really still outside, and we did a lot of different things. And one of the places that I went was Houston at that time, and this was in the very early in the Diplomat era and shit like that. And when I went to Houston, is when I learned a lot about the independent.
And that's how you learn how to work the money from Koch.
what did you see when you went to Houston that you was like, whoa?
Did they sit and did somebody sit you down and give you the game, or did you just see
Nah,
it?
it's just when you get to Houston, you part of the culture, so you know what's rocking. That independent lane was rocking. Boss Hogan was taking that shit out. Thuggin was taking that shit out the motherfucking. He was making millions of dollars when we was out there. Houston, like off of mixtapes and shit like that. And I'm talking about, they were really running up a check and shit like that. I was like, God damn. And they wasn't even doing it from an independent label standpoint. They was doing it from a real independent standpoint. Like they was printing up their own shit to get into the bag and had all their own little relationships with the different record stores and all that shit at the time. But coming back and then be like, yo, shit, we the Diplomats. We already got this deal with Def Jam. I'm like, shit, we can go anywhere, Cam. As long as Diplomats is on that shit, they gonna buy it. He was like, you right. You wanna do the deal with the independent label? I said, yeah, let's run it. Let's go for it. Like, you dig? I needed the money at the time.
Okay.
Wells and them was getting bags of money and shit like that. Ended up taking the Koch deal and ended up having a hell of a record with the Certified Gangster. So from the moment I got the Koch, I gave them a whole different perspective of business and sales because I don't know if they ever been hot and shit like that, you heard? Now you got a real artist that's coming from one of the hottest groups that's on the street right now, and he got one of the hottest records that's on the street, and that turned into real sales at the time, and that put me in a position to really demand what I wanted when I was up there at Koch. So I knew numbers, you heard? The power of renegotiation. I might have not made the best deal for myself looking back and shit like that. There's a couple things I'm still trying to straighten out now, but I'm not bitter and mad about it. I knew what I signed up for. You heard? If I wouldn't have did it that way, who knows? I might have not been here right now. So I take the bad with the good and shit like that, you know what I mean? So I just knew how to count very well. And the power of renegotiation is what kept me here.
King.
Like I tell people all the time, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate, you heard? Hopefully you negotiate more than you deserve. And that was pretty much all I was trying to do and shit like that, you heard? At the time, and then Koch led me to the Sony deal. Man, at that time, my mind was fucking clouded and I was jaded. I was all over the place and shit like that. I can't say that, you heard? I was just having too much money at the time. I didn't have no real support system. I didn't have nobody that's really could guide me to what I need to be doing at that time, both as a businessman, as an artist. Like, it was just a lot going on, like, you know what I mean? Shit. But what can I say? We're here now. God is good. I was able to reinvent, circumvent.
There you go. I said circumvent, exactly. What's the money
Get to the
commandment that
gym,
you
work
live
the
by?
bench. Like, nigga, I'm here, man. You dig? Like I said, God is good, man. Huh?
Whose idea was to put Game on Certified Gangster?
That was the homies, like the niggas when game came about by the homies like, yo, you know Eazy-E got a son, he be rapping. I'm like, Eazy-E got a son, he be rapping. Like, you know, I had a Certified Gangster, Eazy-E, one of my favorite rappers. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, his name is Game, he from the West Coast and shit like that. So we thinking that's Eazy-E's son. Where we get niggas get in touch with him and shit like that. I get him on the phone. He like, nah, he laughing like, nah, I'm not Eazy-E's son. I got the tattoo and shit like that. I'm banging off from the West and shit like that. Word. I'm like, oh shit, blood. He like, yeah, nah, blood, but we really pop rule on this side and all that type of shit. So I flew Game in, God bless, for Ben here. His first trip to NYC was on me. They flew out here in the wintertime with Chucks on and shit like that and stepping in slush and shit like that. We had to get them Pele jackets and Timberlands and shit like that. That's how we forged the relationship and shit like that, me and Game and shit like that. They just threw that phone call, came to New York, took him to the studio. He did records with Jewels, did records with me. It was on at that time and shit like that. Shouts to Game, man, one of the earlier comrades and friends that I built with in this game. Huh?
Game and Jim Jones do like what 21 and Drake did.
That would be fire. That would be fire.
You come to give niggas ideas all
Game-
the time.
Game
This
can rap,
nigga's a
though.
businessman.
Game can rap his ass. Game can rap his ass off and shit like that.
You're supposed to ask him for a point.
You were saying, Jim?
I said Game can rap his ass off. I've always been a fan of Game. I used to always make sure that I got a verse from Game on my albums and shit like that. You know what I mean? I seen Game do a lot of dope shit, man. I've been around Game since before he signed to G Unit, when he just was signed to Interscope, and he was hella upset when he had to sign to G Unit and shit like that.
Really?
He was on fire that day inside the W Hotel at the time. That's like where I was staying. I was out in LA,
Hollywood?
down there for like a year. Early, I bounced all over this motherfucker, just chilling and shit like that. But yeah, man, the W Hotel, the old one and shit like that. Remember, he was mad. Like, yo, they got me. He said I got to sign a junior, so I get this buzz up and shit like that. He like, man, but as soon as I do this shit, I'm spazzing on everybody. I said, oh shit, I remember that shit sitting in the hallway. Like, I have so much history that I could talk about from being in this game, from what I seen, who I know, situations I've been in, situations I've been around. Like, I seen your favorite rappers be dweebs, your toughest rappers be punks, the punk rappers you think be tough. Like, this shit is all crazy in this game and shit like
Who's a rapper
that.
that you was like, yo, I didn't know you were tough?
Who, a rapper that I didn't know you was tough?
Like, because you know, one person that people didn't realize was MC Hammer. They didn't know how much people.
He was a nigga from Oakland.
Yeah, well.
Who the fuck ain't tough from Oakland? That's like, you heard? That like
niggas
nigga coming
ain't
out of
know,
Newark.
but niggas ain't know.
9 times out of 10 nigga gonna be tough from Newark, whether he dancing or not and shit like that, you heard?
Look, nigga.
Anybody you saw, you was like, yo, this nigga tough.
Lil Uzi surprised me.
Yeah.
I seen him getting into altercation one day. He held his own and shit like that. That was different for me and shit like that. But I mean, I seen a lot of niggas fighting shit like that in this game. We're from an era where niggas didn't really go to the guns at first. It was a lot of fighting coming up, and I had we damn near fought every time we had a hosting or performance or a concert. Like, brawling was the motherfucking thing to do when we was coming up and shit like that. Shit, when you young is like kind of fun and shit like that. Like this, you on alert, you moving like that. That's how you moving and shit like that. But yeah, it was you know, we was a.
You gotta watch his words.
We was a mess, man. Like, yo, being in the tunnel, I remember so many situations in the tunnel. Shouts to Flex, man. I got a million, so I could do a whole fucking a show on just the tunnel alone from going there every Sunday, but just me and the Bloods and shit like that, going wham in that bitch, like just going wham, 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 wham in that shit. I seen everybody go in there and perform. I watched everybody. I seen them flip on Snoopy, thought they was bugging. They was showing love. I seen Jay shut that shit down like 10 o'clock at night. You didn't get in, you couldn't get in unless you was somebody like that. I seen when motherfucking Ja Rule shut the shit down to play the Mary J. Blige record he just dropped, had the whole club lights off, everything like it was a movie in that bitch. I've been going to that bitch since '94 when I was in high school. I seen Mike Tyson in that bitch. Damn near eat like all day, bro. I seen Mike Tyson park that shit like the Red Sea. I seen everybody perform in that shit. Snoop and them niggas perform for like 2.5 hours and shit like that in that bitch. I seen Exhibit leave that bitch, curse everybody out, tell them niggas, I'm a platinum artist, man. Fuck y'all niggas. I don't need this shit. Walk off stage. Seen Big Pun, God bless. I seen him wrinkle nigga shirt in that shit, take that big ass chain off and get to working on niggas in that shit. Them Puerto Rican niggas was crazy back in the day. Joe and them was a mess and shit like that. Mob Deep in there, I remember me and Cam, we was young, fucking with Prodigy in the fucking in the garage one day. Prodigy was by himself. He was slipping. Me and Cam just kept fucking with him, walking behind him. This before we was on and shit like that. He had on the yellow North Face and shit like that. But when he got in that bitch, it was so many Queensbridge niggas with him. I was like, I'm glad we ain't really fucking with him like that, because boy, them niggas would have had our ass in that shit. Yeah, when they that Shook Ones came on in that motherfucker, oh my God, DMX in there shut shit down. I was in there when Cam did that shit with DMX. Pull it. Yeah, I got so much stories, man.
We ain't even got enough time because he's still working.
We don't. I mean, I'm just rambling and shit like that.
You
like,
having fun.
You heard?
I was listening to the song you was doing.
Yo,
I was.
I don't know what he's talking about. I know.
See? You see?
I don't know what he's talking about. That was an accident, Joe.
That shit is not even gonna be there, man. So I was thinking like,
That's off the tape.
I don't even
Bleep,
want,
bleep, and bleep. Go on.
Word, like,
He gonna bleep it.
no,
He gonna
like,
bleep that.
what did he say? But it's like, yo, man, it ain't like, it's just, fuck it, don't even, it's nothing. It was a great thing that I said, you heard? Like,
Oh no, it was amazing.
He gave him props. What's
Yeah.
a money commandment that you live by?
A commandment?
Something that's gonna keep money in your pocket, bro.
Prevention is better than solution.
Yo.
Yo, these uptown niggas is quick with their lingos and they fast. Yo, BagFuel, thank you, Jim Jones. Appreciate you taking your time out with us, my guy. Like, subscribe, super chat, super things. Do
Very
all
light.
this
It's
stuff.
a very light conversation. We just here rambling about good times.
No, it's all about good
But
times.
tell me personal, this is just my life we talk about. You heard, I ain't trying to offend nobody. I see a lot of that. I'm not into that, you heard? Like,
No, this was just an appetizer.
this was just, you heard? It's gonna get deeper and shit like that. I know there's a lot of things people like to ask me about, you know what I mean? A lot of things, man. I've been in Atlanta in the Little John era when he was still motherfucking hosting the club for all the colleges and shit like that. Like, nigga, before Lil Jon even had a deal, nigga, you heard? When that nigga was real ugly and skinny in the club, you heard? Shouts to Lil Jon in Atlanta. I also see a lot of other shit in Atlanta too and shit like that. Shouts to BMF. I've been through the whole BMF era. Like, you know what I mean? Just being in the game, and you had to be there. I will say that you had to be there. Like, it's just.
How you feel about the game now compared to then?
A lot is different, bro.
It's not as fun anymore, is it?
I mean, we're a little bit older, so what's fun for us at this moment might not be the same fun
Do you
that these
think that
kids
they're
are having.
having as much fun as we had?
Shit, they're young. They figuring out what fun to them is and shit like that. We didn't grow up in this era, but when we was younger, that shit was fun. But for us, yeah, things have changed. There's way too many cameras. There's too many Instagram. Like, we did things that should not be on any of these apps at all. You heard? Like this. You heard? That's like when I was like all these niggas on the Freaknik shit, so that was terrible, man. That's when niggas started getting these damn camcorders and started getting, you heard? Like, got a bunch of people in trouble there. God damn it.
They ain't gonna remember them,
Nah,
bro.
they
I've
ain't,
seen the meme, because they like, yo.
But just
you
imagine if
100
we had
pounds bigger.
Instagram, nigga, in the 90s.
I just said that to E.E. Nicks like 2 weeks ago. I said, yo, what if we had the Grammys wrong? He was like, yo, everybody.
But I can't lie. I will say this, and my time coming up outside was extremely fun. I mean,
that's what I'm
from
saying.
the time I was in high school to the time we got signed to the game to years after that till things started getting
funny,
different with the whole internet and all that type of shit. But man, I mean, From going to the ring to going to the skate key, nigga, from back in those days, to stepping it up and just being able to go out of town to clubs, going down to DC, partying. Like, niggas said, man, my everything was just a ball. Niggas top-notch baller. Niggas got on jewelry. Niggas looking fly. Like, all around the motherfucking country, though. You pop up in LA and shit like that. Like, there's a whole nother lifestyle out there. The niggas balling out there and shit like that. Like, it just... I do miss those days when
That's
we were
what I'm
outside
saying. Thank
and
you.
niggas didn't. It was no judgment hell. Like you
Yeah.
dig. Right now, they judge you for anything right now. So
Quick,
I'm scared.
fast.
I'm scared to even speak right now.
Listen, with
That's
the whole
right,
thing with
that's whack.
Jonathan Majors, I don't know if you saw the news, like a whole bunch of girls just came out of nowhere saying, oh, he abused me.
They
And I'm
trying to
just
do
sitting
him like
there like,
Deshaun Watson.
like how they did Deshaun Watson. I'm like, where all these girls come from? And I'm just like, yo, bro.
Man, I don't know the whole man situation, and I pray those situations ain't true and
Ain't
shit
true,
like
of
that.
course
You know what I
not.
mean?
It's just
He was
convenient to me,
it's
Jones.
very convenient that he was at the top of his game and did incredible in this movie that just came out, and now all of that stuff. But that's usually how it happens for black people and shit like that. You know what I mean? They build you up with plans of tearing you down to see if you're gonna stay down. And if you don't stay down and get back up, I guess you win. I don't know how that goes and shit like that. You dig? But sometimes people put themselves in situations that you can't get out of. You know what I
There
mean?
you go.
So. Yeah, try to stay as fair as possible out here and shit like that. Look at me, I'm no angel, you heard? At all and shit like that. I'm just trying to do better every day and shit like that, or at least do better than I did yesterday. And
Yeah.
my main mission has been trying to give back because I know I was able to take a lot in my time.
What's the end game for you?
The end game?
Are you ever looking forward to stop rapping, or are you gonna rap forever? What's your end game? Do you have one?
He's, yo.
Listen. If I was to walk outside right now and mysteriously 25 million was there,
Maybe.
maybe you niggas might not see me no more.
BagFuel.
Thank you, my guy.